Dr. Sham Mohammed from Bangladesh.
Yes.
Good morning, Dr. Shams. He'll be talking about Dr. Shams is Associate Professor of Department of Ophthalmology, Bangla Bandhu Mujib Sheikh University. He did his FCPS in ophthalmology from BCPS Dhaka, fellowship in glaucoma from L.V. Prasad Eye Institute, India, and Yale University, USA. He has more than 30 publications in national and international journals. He received 5 prestigious awards for his research work in ophthalmology, publications and publicity, Secretary of Ophthalmological Society of Bangladesh. Dr. Shams, he'll be talking about childhood glaucoma. Dr. Shams, please. Dr. Shams, please.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. It's my great pleasure to be here in the prestigious POLSI conference. And I'm really delighted to be invited here. So in the next couple of minutes, I will talk on my experience on childhood glaucoma. This is a presentation just on experience, actually. This is a lovely child with a painful blind eye. Lightning and thunderstorm in a clear sky, hopeless condition to a parents, hopeless condition to a child. Severe pain to a child and severe pain to a family. Then what next? What to do? We have to take care, we have to make a plan, we have to take an action in time. Congenital glaucoma, care and cure. Surgical management is the only option. I don't have any financial interest doing this presentation. So how a congenital glaucoma or childhood glaucoma be presented? One is large eyeball, one is photophobia, watering, and blepharospasm. What are the challenges? Actually, the childhood glaucoma is not a smaller version of the adult glaucoma. There are some challenges we have to face. First one, this is my experience in my country. They have usually from the poor socioeconomical background. Consanguineal marriage has a history, lack of knowledge about the glaucoma and awareness, and very interesting, excitement over a large, beautiful eye. This is a absolutely very interesting thing that the patient parents are very much happy to see a large eyeball to his child if it is not opaque. When patient is decided that, when doctor has decided that he needs a surgery, then patient have a fear, the parents have a fear of surgery, lack of expert surgeon, lack of physician's interest, as it is a complicated surgery and the outcome is not too much rewarding like other surgeries, and also lack of general anesthesia facilities in the remote area. So physicians doesn't have very good interest doing this surgery. Lack of general anesthesia and specific instrument and spatial instrument lackings. And when the congenital or developmental glaucoma becomes refractory, when it is associated with Aniridia, Sturge-Weber syndrome, Nevus-Opota, von Reckling-Gaussen syndrome like neurofibromatosis, Axenfeld-Rieger's anomaly, Marfan syndrome, Murchison, Down syndrome. So we know what is the epidemiology. It is actually 1 in 10,000 live birth, male are predominant, and if there is any consanguineal marriage history, the incidence is 4 times higher. This is very much alarming. The classical triad is a lacrimation, photophobia, and blepharospasm. So this is one patient of mine with a lacrimation, only lacrimation. Patient doesn't have any photophobia. And this patient doesn't have any lacrimation but has a photophobia. So then what is the action to be taken? First, we have to take a decision of examination under anesthesia. We have to do an external examination, corneal assessment. We have to do the refraction, ophthalmoscopy, examination under microscope, tonometry, gonioscopy, and ultrasonography. So external examination, we have to exclude other causes of epiphora, and also we have to exclude other periorbital hemangiomatous change that may induce ophthalmos. Corneal assessment is very much important. Horizontal corneal diameter, habistria, corneal edema, and corneal scar. Each and every signs are very much important and very good factors for the prognosis. Refraction axial enlargement may cause myopia and astigmatism. So baseline refraction is very much important. I used to do the Perkins tonometry for the patient. Gonioscopy, the copy direct gonioscope is better. I am also using Morio gonioscopy to see exclude any angle abnormalities. So in ophthalmoscopy, we can see the deep cupping in a congenital glaucoma, but it is a bit reversible cupping, and sometimes we don't find any cupping even. But we have to exclude other causes of abnormal disc like cupping, like morning glory anomalies and optic disc coloboma, because this is very much important. If you don't exclude, it is a case of optic disc coloboma, because it is very much important, because it might associated with the retinal and choroidal coloboma, and it may cause retinal and choroidal detachment later. And what is the medical management? Actually, it is a surgical disease, but I love to take sometimes until baby is anesthetically fit. And up to that time, we can use some anti-glaucoma medications. My preferable choice is topical carbonic anhydrase inhibitor and topical prostaglandin analog. But I don't, the brimonidine is almost contraindicated for baby of such age. Different surgical options like goniotomy, trabeculectomy, 360-degree trabeculotomy, trabeculectomy, combined trabeculectomy and trabeculotomy, drainage implant surgery, and cyclodestructive procedure. Combined trabeculectomy and trabeculotomy is the gold standard, and I do prefer doing this as a first surgery. If external exposed, the success rate is almost 80 to 90%. This is one of my case. This is a case of phacomatous pigmentovascularis with a congenital glaucoma. You can see the vascular anomalies all over the body, and also it is associated with nevus of aorta. The sclera is very much thin, though I did the tenoectomy. I used to do the triangular incision. The sclera is very thin. You have to take a very good precaution. I'm trying to find out the Schlemm canal. So in this, in such case, a little injury may create devastating complications. You know, the vascular, everything is very much vascular, even iris and a lot of things. So there might some postoperative hyphema. We have to take care of such a postoperative hyphema. This is another case in the case of childhood glaucoma, where I implanted allogen implant after doing trabeculectomy and trabeculotomy. Sometimes when during trabeculotomy, there might be some injury in the corneal endothelium, decimal detachment can occur. So I'm implanting Ologen. It is a combination of atelocollagen and collagen matrix and glycosaminoglycans. And in my experience, the Ologen works really well in case of childhood glaucoma because in a very small child, sometimes we do not prefer a tube implantation. This is that child in a preoperative picture, day 1, day 10, and this is the last picture is after 1 month. This is one case of childhood glaucoma after lens implantation, and one trabeculectomy has already failed. So I am doing tube implantation in such case. This is very much important to perfect fixation of the tube. And I'm just covering the tube with Tutoplast. This is a tried pericardium. The conjunctiva gets closed. Sometimes I used to give viscoelastic in the anterior chamber to form the anterior chamber after tube implantation. Then what next? So we have to make a very good visual rehabilitation. Correction of refractive error is very much important. Correction of media opacity like corneal scar and cataract. When there is any corneal scar, even after the surgery, and we have to refer the case to the cornea specialist for the future plan for keratoplasty. And also if it is associated with cataract, and the pediatric ophthalmologist will do the cataract surgery in time. Orthoptic evaluation is important, and amblyopia therapy if it is associated. Parents counseling is very important factors because if you counseling a parents, it relieves him or her anxiety and also improves compliance. This is our leaflets, what we used to distribute to our patient. So actually, this is one of my patients after he's playing with my street lamp handle. And the patient can see after surgery of a congenital glaucoma, he's trying to fix the light, he's trying to hold the light. So thunderstorm, the sky with the thunderstorm can convert into a sunny blue sky with some beautiful smiles. Thank you so much. Thank you for the patient's hearing.
Thank you, Dr. Shams, for a very nice talk. You are doing excellent work, and we really appreciate that. If there are any questions on this, anyone would like to ask anything?